it's just devastating, and for me, it hurts my heart because I am an American. Sounds corny to some people, and you just like the only reason why I don't have a flag out front is because I want to do it right with the nice one. I just haven't gotten around to it. I want a nice one, but I am an American, and I'm proud of or saddened for all the past people that died so I could be the lazy poly that I am today. And I say that because I did nothing for the privilege that I have. And like I said, is every American needs to stop with the white privilege, this privilege, that privilege.
Yeah, we're privileged to be Americans.
Privileged to be Americans, and maybe there's some levels of people get more privilege than others. I don't know that. I'm not saying. Well, bottom line is regardless of how bad this place sucks, this is still the best crappy place on this planet. I don't know how much to say it, but I love my country. I'm just trying to, think for them a little bit, because I don't know how people could hate so much when somebody's tried and died so much to make it the best that truly is.
I always look at it from the perspective of early man. They were busy hunting, gathering, surviving. It wasn't until much, much later in the evolution of man that we started to be able to settle down and do stuff, artistic stuff, other things that didn't require your constant effort. Yes. It's because they started planting. They figured out how to plant food,
learn to be
crops.
Efficient.
They learned to do things, in a more efficient way that it gave them more free time. And Americans, as much as we work and whatever, our society is really built in such a way that it gives us so many choices and so many things that we can do and fill our time with and pursue. And unfortunately,
things that make us who we are.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot of people, particularly I think on the left, have chosen to follow a path of complaining about America and not even realizing how fortunate they are to be in this country.
How fortunate they are to sit there and complain about America and not be thrown in jail.
Yeah.
You cannot do that in other countries. You are done for if you sit there. Go to North Korea and go march down any street and say, "Screw you, little big man."
Yeah.
See how far that goes.
It's not going to go very far at all.
You know,
you probably won't even get the sentence out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Release the dogs. Yeah. We forget, and I use my as examples, saying I'm lazy or whatever, compared to the people that founded the country and stuff. So that's what I'm getting at. I do work hard and stuff, but there's no comparison between the sacrifice that I do. They've sacrificed so I could just work hard on worrying about me. I could be myself. I could whittle. I could do art.
They've sacrificed to the point where we have so many things to choose from. So many options. So much. And the more wealth that you get, generally speaking, the more stuff you have to choose from. And I think about the what do you buy someone who already has everything for their birthday or for Christmas or whatever.
Right.
I don't have a clue.
It gets rough.
Because at a certain point you get to a place where you've kind of got what you want. There are always new wants, but you've certainly covered what you've needed.
I think America's culture kind of is the, I could say girl or boy, but bratty kid or the spoiled kid. Mm-hmm. You let's say you worked really hard, but you want to raise your child, girl or boy, I guess, in a way that you don't have to. Let's say you had to work really hard as an adult or young kid, and you're like, you know what? I want to give my kid everything. I want to open up every possibility for my child. And in doing so, you created somebody that is unappreciative, somebody with no ambition because you did all the ambition, somebody that doesn't want to work for it because you worked for it. Nobody knows, somebody that doesn't know what it's like to not have or what it's like when it's gone. And I feel that that's how America has been, where we're so free. We got so free that now our minds are so free to think, screw you. This isn't good enough. I don't like this. I don't like that. Now I'm so freedom to think that I can belittle everything.
Well, I'm kind of curious because We both have kids. Ethan, you're now an adult and off to doing adulting
It
things.
doesn't quite feel like I'm an adult yet. With all the restrictions that I have around me,
But I think about the opportunities that I had as a kid, and I had far fewer, and I think my parents had far fewer than I did. And I hope that my kids have far more than any generation before, but I want them to appreciate those options.
Yeah, but let me ask you something. I don't know if I should ask you in front of him or not, but no, it's not nothing bad, but don't, because I have an opinion on this, and I'll tell you what it is, but don't you think, oh, I said it wrong, I'm not trying to lead. Damn it! I'll say it anyways, but don't you think you had a funner childhood than your son?
Yes, I agree. Yes.
But listen, Scott, this is no fault of your own, but I'm just saying, like, you give all you want to give to raise him and give him opportunities, but the culture around is changed so much. Example where at least me, I know there's a couple years difference, but at least like your brother and I, when we were there, we didn't have a lot. But man, what we had, we could take it as far as we wanted to. Like I know we've talked about it before, but biking 10 miles away to go somewhere is not a big deal. And the freedom is not maybe so much there for our kids to go, hey, Dad, I'm going to get on my bike and take off. Well, that was so fun to have that freedom as a child.
Well, you framed it as, don't you think you had more fun?
Right, and I didn't want to do it that way.
And I don't think it's a fun thing because you can find joy in just about anything depending on, what situation you're in. I mean, there are little African kids in the savannah that they have a blast and they don't have TVs. They don't have, right?
Sure.
I mean,
but I'm just talking about you and your kid.
Right. But I'm just saying, as far as fun goes, I did really enjoy my childhood, but I didn't get to play sports. I didn't have the opportunity to go to, different schools that I might have wanted to go to. I certainly didn't have all the entertainment that I do now.
Right.
But I had a lot of fun.
Right.
I think for me, it's the opportunity to pursue things because you've got maybe a financial ability to do it. You might have some time to pursue it. And I think that, well, at least I hope, that my kids are in a better position to identify and have the opportunity to pursue these things.
So here's kind of a point, sorry, is and I'm not debating you, trust me, because this is a personal thing. So for me, it's like I feel as a moment in time, if you will. And when I was younger, I was definitely closer to your brother, Tony. And Friday night, riding our bikes around, and it's almost like they could almost like make a movie out of a night of Tony and Dave riding our bikes around and what we did. Mm-hmm. And the pleasure and fun out of being able to do that, of that night, and the real laughter and the real belly aching, side aching of laughter and fun and creating, things that could sneak around, do things, but nothing bad, would be more fun than like a trip to Bahamas with me. More fun.
Yeah.
That's pleasurable and right. But so I get there's more opportunities now. Like my daughter, she got to go to Disney World and all this other stuff and gets to do more fun things. But I'm going to tell you, and I feel sad about it, I had more in my abusive. Sorry, I get upset when I talk about in my abusive growing up. Mm-hmm. I still feel that. I will say this. This is post-divorce of my parents. I'll say that for sure. Mm. But I literally could find fun. I feel like I had more fun than my daughter. Like my daughter doesn't know what it's like to be free to go ride her bike or to a friend's house and just be like, oh, okay, I'm going to be here another night. Mm-hmm. All right, hon, no problem about it. Do you want me to drop you off anything? Or, it's just a different feeling of a child to taste what an adult could almost taste like. It almost led you to the next step when you get older, the next step that we've talked about, having a car. And But I feel like in some of these, boy, I'll tell you, a lot of these countries, they won't ever get that sense of fun even as a child because of the opportunities. But I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like with how your generation grew up in that society versus ours is you guys, I mean, I don't want to say it like, I don't know, I almost feel as though you guys didn't have as many stresses from the world around you. Everything was more localized.
Right, like our family problems,
right.
not our governmental issues.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we had the Challenger blew up, and we're like, I mean, it's a situation, but we're like, dang, that was our problem.
That's because for us, it was late news or newspapers, and what kid ever did any of that stuff? Now it's social media, TikTok, and
I feel like you guys found more enjoyment
soaked it into
in
the
life
culture
because of that.
Right.
Versus us, it's like everything. Even if you're not in social media, it's gonna find its way to you. Somebody's gonna bring it to your attention.
Absolutely, especially this day, everything's a sponge. It will seep into everything. Will penetrate through to you, and unfortunately, it'll. I mean, in fact, it's done purposefully. That's why they're trying to get into the grade schools, all the political crap, and so it's just even worse now as we go.
And it sucks because I feel like even freshmen in high school, you have to have an opinion on certain subjects. Otherwise, you're kind of an outsider on certain things. Like in school, I remember going in government class, and there was like almost 40 of us in the class, and only maybe 7 of us were right-leaning at all. And by the end of that class, it had gotten bad with some of the kids that there was only 2 of us left in that class that were conservative whatsoever.
And I think the best way, truly, for me to help my daughter through that, because I don't know if she's going to be able to get out of that, in fact, through any school she goes to, who knows, is to have her educated and say, if your teacher acts like a commie, you call him a freaking commie. I don't care. I am done. I was talking to him. I skipped that, what I was going to say. So I'm just saying that I really, truly, it is, I don't care about who you are or friend or family or, frankly, I don't even care if you're a Democrat or Republican right now. I'm just tired of your I'm tired of your evil to me. I'm tired of ours back to you. We've got so many things going on, and we had, when the first American died, and yes, I apologize, I know every human's important, but again, I'm America first. And when the first American died, that was way too many. And I can't.
Are you talking about
Afghanistan?
Oh,
yeah.
I was like,
sorry.
Are we going
ever?
Yeah, I was like,
I knew it was going to keep going.
Yeah, I was like,
after the first American dies, there's going to be another one. Thank you for helping me so I could clarify. Because I know some people were probably confused.
Are we talking about like the very, very first, or are we talking about?
Yep. He was pissed. It's like a guy on Survivor, and the first one voted off.
Yeah. Or
oh man, I'm the first seller. I'm out.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had a couple black friends and stuff, and we're watching a movie, and it's like one of those movies. It's kind of like not Hunger Games. What was that? Maze Runner.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, dude, the black guy's gonna die first."
Why are you kidding me? Even the black guy goes, I ain't gonna go in there first. Are you freaking kidding me? You go first. We all know the odds. There's a reason why they throw that in the movies because
it's so funny.
Yeah. But
should we wrap up
this show?
Yeah. I mean, kind of a bonus episode here, but
I also just want to say that's one reason why I preferred. I definitely preferred Trump over Biden. Trump gave a lot of his negotiating was a lot more ultimatum. Like, we have this power, and if you refuse to,
accept the terms,
you're gonna regret it. Versus Biden's like asking for favors. Like he's like begging them, like, "Oh, pretty please, will you help us?"
Trump would be having choppers and planes flying 24/7 as a reminder. These are what are going to come down on you as our guys are going. Whatever. He would not leave somebody over there. I'm not going to say that he could have stopped anybody from dying, but he actually had a plan. He would have gone through. He would have at least destroyed all of the equipment that was left over there, because now they are as equipped as we are. I saw videos of, I thought they were us. Yeah. And it's not, it's them, because they're wearing all of the gear.
Yeah. Well, it was.
Yeah.
I always, Trump's always seemed like to me to like the guy that's, we give you this one chance, you screw it up. I'm sorry, and then Biden's like the guy who's, well, I guess you did this wrong. I'm gonna have to write you up. Oh, you did it. Oh, I guess I have to write you up again. Just be careful because this third one's really gonna mean something. And then it happens.
Are you kidding?
Like,
the administration is the one who goes, we keep writing you guys up, and if we just make it not illegal, we don't have to write anybody up anymore.
Right.
We talked about that before, where some city or state or town was upset because there were so many felonies going on. So what do? They go change whatever that was, drugs, whatever it was, change it from a felony to a misdemeanor. So, there's a spike in misdemeanors in town, but there's no more felonies. Oh, genius.
They decriminalized
stuff. Things to make it.
They changed the stats. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, let's wrap it up. We could talk for hours on this.
We
topic,
sure could.
So, thanks for listening to the show. You can find more information about the show at never2serious.com. Go there, find some swag. We finally got our merch online, so you can find the link. I got a little shirt going on today. Got a little mug here with the logo. It's great.
I'm there in spirit.
And Dave's going to get his order here pretty soon. Thanks, Producer E, for coming in and doing the show as well. Find us on Twitter at the NTS Podcast, Gettr at the NTS Podcast.
And you could leave us a message at mailbag.
Yeah, mailbag.
At mailbag. I always mess this up.
Yeah.
Just go on and you can fill in the blank.
I can fill in the blank.
Yeah, please. Educate me and the guests at the same time.
Yeah, mailbag at never2serious.
At nts.com. Oh, not at NTS.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Never Too Serious.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
gonna have to have
I want to abbreviate everything.
I'm gonna have a teleprompter or something for you.
Dude, do that, and I'll totally Biden it up.
That
would be good.
Reading the teleprompter.
Dude, that would be great. Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
In fact, next time I'm going to read it all because Scott always just nails it, and I'm always the guy that can't stay between the lines, and I bump off all the bumpers. So Scott always nails it well. So we normally just go with what works. So apparently Scott wants the challenge.
One of these days, I'm going to do like a sick day, and Dave will have to take over.
Yeah, well, that would be fun. Scott knows. Here's a side note: is Scott's the editor, so the joke's on him. But anyways,
put some more hours.
Please reach out to us, and we'd love to hear your feedback.
Yeah, mailbag at never2serious.com, and then the voicemail at anchor.fm. That'd be great. So until we see you next time, take care
and be safe.